a 6,500-acre ranch, and $20 million worth of cattle. TV host Kevin O'Leary mouths off daily on how you can make money. The guy should know the software company he started sold for $3.7 billion. He's brash, opinionated, rich, and getting richer. Lawrence Lewin has the life most entrepreneurs can only dream of. Models, lace, lingerie. He's shaped them all into one of the nation's most successful retail empires. The company he co-founded, La Senza, took in $410 million last year. The Dragons are always in the market for a big breakthrough, a multi-million-dollar product. And entrepreneur Mark Buchers thinks he may just have that for them tonight. He's come into the den looking for $500,000. Remember, he has to get at least that, or he gets nothing.
Hello Dragons, my name is Mark Buchers. I'm the CEO of Mirage Motion Media. I'm also the co-inventor of the product. What I'm going to be showing you today is a motion panel that allows us to take a piece of video footage film and put it into a motion panel. You can put a car on a turntable, take a video of it, put it into the motion box so that when the viewer goes past, by moving forward, the animation turns the car clockwise.
Mark's pitching the Dragons on a new high-tech billboard. Images from ads appear to move with you as you walk by these panels.
By you moving forward or backwards, and the speed with which you move actually makes the ad move.
Mark's plan is to install thousands of these sign boxes all over the world, in malls and airports.
Mark, what amount of money are you looking for?
I'm sorry, what we're looking for is $500,000, and what we're prepared to offer you is 5% of the company. I realize that you may think that that is a high valuation, but I think that we can justify
That
it.
has crossed my mind.
Can you show it to us now? Is it?
Yeah, but if you basically come by and walk by, you'll see a guy heading a football.
I gotta try it.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's cool.
Ever since Business Week wrote an article on us last year, we've been basically fielding calls from all over the world where people have asked us, I want to buy the box, I want to install the box, how do I get my hands on a license?
So do you have any revenues?
No, we did the contract with
Lot of
Nokia,
interest, huh?
which was $30,000, which was for one panel. We just got approval with JC Daco in Spain to install 10 panels in their airports out of 26. We got that last week.
Yeah.
And in Colombia, we just shipped 6 units
There's
out
something
2 weeks
strange
ago.
in this story. Why are we in these wonderfully faraway places when the largest market in the world
Is just south of
20
us.
miles south of here?
Our concern when the phone started ringing off the hook is that we're going to have too many people that we've made commitments to, that we don't have the money to be able to produce the boxes because we're trying to retain ownership of the boxes.
So you're afraid
We were.
to be successful?
No, we wanted to be careful in being successful. We negotiated with the group in November for the U.S. market, that wanted the U.S. market.
Yes.
They have a 12-month window of opportunity. We are waiting to see what they're doing down there.
So they have an
we're
option.
somewhat
So there is an
prevented
option out there.
They
is
have an
what's gone.
option.
So you have-
You've given them an option for 12
Right,
months.
provided they
They've tied
generate
you up.
certain revenue targets.
Did
they
you
have
get anything
large
up front?
We didn't, no.
It's either yes or no.
No.
So no.
I'm having trouble with the U.S. situation because it took us a while to pull it out of you, but we
Yes.
got it. And I know you're embarrassed about it, and I understand why. And sometimes a mistake like that is a good learning experience. You will never do a deal like that again in your life.
Right.
Because you let them buy an option for no money.
Right.
And that's a bad deal for this company because it's
Right.
got time to market issues. So these guys now have this option and they've paid nothing. If I wanted and you're interested in selling the patent to this,
Yes.
could I sue those guys if I had the finances to do that? Is there anything in the contract that you know of? Because I'll sue them in 2 seconds if I thought they didn't have money to protect themselves.
I think that there would be no issue in you being able to get what you wanted in that specific scenario.
I'm asking what the contract looks like. I'd litigate them into the Stone Age.
It's very weak.
It's a weak contract.
To be honest with you, it's actually only a letter of intent.
A letter of intent?
Right. So the reason I have not ruffled any feathers, I've let them go out there, spend their money, do their work. I'm hoping to learn something.
These guys are raping you. They're keeping
Well, they
you.
haven't sold anything.
Just a
Kevin. They haven't
minute,
sold
just a
anything.
minute, guys. Hold it. We're all talking about what we're doing. I'd like to talk about deals here.
Okay.
I'm not interested at 5%.
Yes.
That's a scary number because I have
Yes.
no say. I want to be able to be in a position of control.
That's fine.
I also have to be in a situation where I have somebody on board with you
Yes.
that's going to be the salesperson that puts the contracts together and so on like that.
Right.
How does that feel with you in
That's
you so
fine.
far?
Well, Mark, let me tell you, that's a great offer because what I was going to offer you, I'm not interested in you running the business. No personality issue.
Right.
I just think we need a hardcore business guy in there.
It's fine.
I'm interested in buying the technology from you and paying you a royalty off everything we sell. Because I know my team could sell a lot more than you're doing.
Right.
Are you interested in a deal where you sell the technology outright?
I wouldn't have an issue with that. That wouldn't be a deal breaker. You
At
said
all.
that you wanted control, right?
I would like to have control.
Jim, you're negotiating to be partners with Mark. You're negotiating for a
Yep.
piece of the business. I want the product.
I want to sell it to you after I've got it.
Jim and Robert are each in for $500,000. Now Mark must choose a partner.
Let's you and I make a deal. We got all these guys talking about all the bullshit here.
Don't go away. Will one of the dragons seal this deal? Find out after the break.
But if you look at what you
Before
get
the
back,
break,
it works on a psychological phenomenon called persistence of vision.
Mark Buchers grabbed the dragon's attention with his high-tech sign invention,
Oh, wow, yeah.
moving billboards.
I'd like to talk about deals here.
Mark's pitch ignited a dragon duel
You're negotiating for a piece of the business. I want the product.
I want to sell it to you after I've got it.
with Jim and Robert each bidding $500,000. Now Mark must decide which dragon gets this deal.
Well, Mark, I'm interested in buying the technology from you and paying you a royalty off everything we sell.
Okay, I would be happy to give you a much larger share of, say, the Canadian rights to the technology.
Let's get out the
They
real deal.
want all of your business. How about the U.S.? I give you $50,000 for the U.S. rights, and I get an option on your company for 51%.
We're getting $250,000 for licenses in countries that are much smaller.
You have no
You
revenue.
haven't got paid, you said.
I'm a tortured man right now, and I'll tell you why. I'm very intrigued with the technology, but I want to be honest with you. If you were my vice president of sales, I would have fired you a long time ago. You make lousy deals on the revenue side, and you know that. My question is, do you know that enough to give that up? Because you're the wrong guy to be doing that. You are clearly a brilliant man to have developed this. And sometimes that's the problem with these deals. I don't think I want to be your partner. I think I'm out.
As Kevin said, you're a brilliant guy to develop this. I need you involved to help with the technology, but it concerns me that you would have any element of control on how we should sell this. And purely for that reason, I'm
Yes.
out.
3 dragons were willing to snap up this business. Now only one remains. Can Mark close this deal before Jim walks away too?
I want the company, Mark. I still want you in there.
Right.
I may have to have a new CEO, and you go as president or whatever
Right.
we work this thing out.
Right?
That would give me control of your company to do the things I can do.
I believe that would be correct.
If we can put a deal together on that basis, that I'm in.
I'm in too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, pleasure to meet you too.
Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
Jim, this was a good product, this was a good business, and I just want to say, up until this point, I saw you as a kindly, older gentleman,
Thank you.
but now I hate your guts because you took a good deal right out of my hands.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. How do you feel right now?
I think I feel pretty good. I have to kind of think a little bit about it, but
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the ramifications of what all of it is.
What does this mean to you personally?
Well, I have given up a lot to get here, including a house and a cottage, and I have been concerned that if I can't pull it through at the end, that I have a lot to lose. It's been a struggle the past year. I'm looking forward to, I guess, a fresh start, so to speak.
And you have a partner, a man that you just met for the first time today.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to some fresh, fresh blood, so to speak.
Next into the den, Saskatchewan's Gloria Fester, who's convinced there's big profits in her custom-made pet products.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Gloria Fester, and I am from Milton, Saskatchewan.
Why so somber? Let's smile a bit here.
She's very nervous.
I'll get like that maybe later. My product is pet caskets and urns. And
Now I know why we're somber.
I'm sorry, pet caskets?
Pet caskets, and these are the urns for cremation.
Gloria's looking for $25,000 for 25% of her business.
Do you make these yourself? Like,
Yes.
So you do all the woodworking and the...
So you're a woodworking
Okay.
person who has specialized in caskets.
Gloria, Kevin's parrot dies, and I want to bury it. I buy your casket. Where do I bury it? Am I allowed to bury animals in my backyard?
Well, I think it depends. Like if you live in a city, probably not.
So you've just eliminated the entire urban market.
No, but you can get them cremated and you can have this in the house.
In the city, you can't bury the animal. I understand you can put them into the box after they've been fried, cooked, whatever. But don't most people just flush them down the toilet if they're small? If my bird
Have
dies...
you ever tried to flush a German Shepherd down the toilet?
No. I'm thinking the birds.
Of course, I forgot.
When the birds bite it, you just throw them down the toilet.
But ashes, like that, you could scatter them. Like I don't know. I don't think there'd be any law against scattering them in the city.
But you wouldn't need one
But
of
then you
those then,
wouldn't need
Gloria.
the
You're
box.
out of business.
I'm trying to catch the dog as it's dying, so I can, during the maximum moment of grief, I can sell something to somebody. Isn't that going to happen at the vet?
Well, usually the vets do transport them to various crematoriums.
So, but when your dog is dying...
you're a sick puppy.
I'm just trying to make a buck.
You're a sick
No.
puppy.
Excuse me, we're not talking about sick puppies here. We're talking about dead puppies.
Listen, let's focus on the business plan. Who are you selling these caskets to right now?
Well, I haven't sold very many caskets. I've sold one casket, but I've sold more urns.
How many urns?
It's close to 50.
I have a 22-year-old pussy called Fluffy.
That's an old cat.
When it dies, I would happily go to a vet, arrange for cremation, and I'd want a box
For
to
Fluffy.
take my pussy home. And I see it as a valid business. But frankly, Gloria, I wouldn't invest in it because I think it's a small business. It may even be regional. And I have to say, both Fluffy and myself are out.
Okay.
I don't see any business here. I see a skilled home little business. I'm out.
There is a demographics, I know, that care about their pets and want to do something. That is a business that's growing. But what you've done here is you've just got a small business for yourself, and for that reason, I'm out.
You know, I tell you why I was so interested. Death is one of my investment themes because, as they say, people are dying to get in, and it's no joke. Everybody bites it in the end, including Fluffy and everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with making a dollar on the way. The problem is I can't see how to make the dollar here because the distribution aspect of the fluffy death box isn't clear to me. I don't know where we want to sell this to. And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, thanks.
It's beautiful. You get a little pillow.
Excuse me, just 1 minute.
That's nice.
Let me ask you this.
That's what would happen with your money.
Don't go away. There's still lots more life in the den.
I think it can be the dominant salsa in the country.
This guy's selling a salsa that the dragons like to sample.
We put a little bit of beer in there.
But will he dance off with a deal?
Salsa Jim, are we going to make millions?
And later,
Give me $70,000.
Kevin becomes even scarier.
And the bug lady.
The dragons start to bug out. But will they buy in? When we return. Next into the den, Kitchener, Ontario's Zibby Malecki. He claims his new invention could help prevent hundreds of diseases.
Hello, Dragons. My products are called Peace Ball, Disc, and Neutralizator. Basically, my product, most important, is protecting us against electromagnetic fields.
Zibby says his devices block harmful electromagnetic waves, pulsing at us from everything from cell phones to overhead transmission wires.
I am here to ask you for $500,000 investment.
Zibby, is there a fantastic demo?
Yeah, it's quite good.
For 500,000?
When do you know this field's approaching you?
Excuse me?
When do you know the field's approaching you? Like you said something about when you're approaching the field or it's approaching you. When do you know? Do you get a signal?
Simply always. It's electrical field going through us.
So it's around here right now?
Yes, around here, everywhere around. Basically, this is exactly loading on our body more stress and more stress. So you can have, for example, cancer. You can have problems like, starting for very simple problems.
It just triggered me. This is all crap. That's all this is, okay? You're the modern time equivalency of a guy selling snake oil. You know it. You don't believe this crap. I mean, and you're asking for
Excuse me, how are you saying that it is crap when you don't know how it's working?
How many of these have you sold?
Right now, a few hundred.
Really?
Yes.
And are the people happy with it? How much do you sell it to?
Yes, all of them are happy. No one is returned.
How much do you charge for that?
Depending on the type. It's from $20 to $300.
$300?
$300. How much you pay for releasing you from pain?
Zibby, I think that this device is about as useful as a dog with 2 willies at a poodle convention on a Saturday night. And on that basis alone, I'm out.
Okay.
I think you're trying to market this as something holistic.
No, it's not holistic.
No? Okay.
Okay.
Then I've also missed the whole point.
Okay.
So I'm out.
Zibby, there are a number of people who are sick and feel pain, and I don't know whether you believe your product works or you know it doesn't work and you just want to get their money. And I hope it's the first one and not the latter one, and I'm out.
I think we're all out. But something bothers me about you. I am very concerned that you are let out on the streets to sell this as a cure for people with chronic pain or cancers. I'm really not happy about that, and I think it's time you left.
Thank you.
People who are in extreme pain actually will buy that.
I'm
They
more
should
worried about
try it
somebody
out.
with cancer not going to get proper treatment and hanging a green ball of crap around their neck.
Exactly.
That's bad.
All the entrepreneurs who pitch to the dragons think their ideas can make them millions. And that's why Dave Pomfret's come to the den. He's sure his salsa will make the dragons dip into their pockets. Awaiting his pitch with pockets sewn shut for now, tech moguls Robert Herjavec and Kevin O'Leary, cattle executive Jennifer Wood, Jim Treliving, owner of Boston Pizza, and Lawrence Lewin, president of the La Senza lingerie chain.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Salsa Dave Pomfret, and I would...
Sorry, what was your name?
Salsa Dave Pomfret.
Your parents didn't like you.
No, it's not really salsa.
Oh, okay.
That's a nickname that I've acquired over the last couple of years. I own the Great Canadian Salsa Company, and I'm looking to acquire $200,000 in exchange for 20% of my company.
Okay, Salsa. Tell us about your sales to date.
Sales to date, I developed the company about 3 years ago, just under 3 years ago. It took a while to develop. When we got the product to the point where we could manufacture enough to try distribution, we called on 30 stores. 28 of those stores purchased the product, and it's selling very well in each of those stores, incredibly well in some.
So how much do you produce now?
The problem is I've run out of capital, so production has come to a standstill. We're currently dealing with economic development people in Sarnia to help us get to the point where we can.
Where do you want to go with this?
I think it can be the dominant salsa in the country. It's marketed as a piece of Canadiana as much as a salsa. It's made with maple syrup instead of brown sugar. We put a little bit of beer in there because that's a very Canadian thing. And then we donate a percentage of our future profits to support minor hockey in Canada.
So how many people came back to you saying that they would want to reorder the product?
Every one of them.
Salsa Dave,
Yes, sir.
I know nothing about the food business,
Okay.
but two of the dragons here do. And I desperately want to get a cut off a deal they're going to do. So let me tell you what I see.
Okay.
You're standing on the highway and there's an 18-wheeler coming down and it's going to run you over and flatten you. And you have one chance to survive. Convince one of the dragons in this business that you have a viable business, because I'm not seeing it right now.
Jim, will you try it?
I will try it.
Sorry, so.
Yep. Oh, it's good.
Thank you.
It's got a tang to it. You've got probably not a bad product, and I think it's very good.
So Jim, did you taste the beaver tail stuff in it, the Canadiana stuff?
I felt the Canadiana in it there for sure.
Well, that's important to me.
And I love what you're doing with your profits if you do have any to go to Hockey Canada, because I'm involved with Hockey Canada as well as a
Right, well,
director. So I think that's a great idea. But you got to make money before you can give it to anybody else.
So Robert and I want to know if you're going in.
Salsa Jim, Salsa Jim, are we going to make millions?
How much money do you have in this?
I have invested, a failed marriage. I loved the idea. I pitched the idea to...
Sorry, Salsa Dave, did you
Yes,
say
sir.
you have a failed marriage because of this product?
Mostly because of this product, yes. Because I
So
basically...
you've put
She didn't like the
everything-
salsa?
Yeah.
She loves the salsa. She still eats it. She wants a jar every week or so. But unfortunately, I used to make a decent living. And I was willing to give up a decent living. I was willing to give up my house. I was willing to give up everything to make this work. And because I think it's a good...
Why?
Why? Because it's my baby.
Salsa Dave, business is all about sacrifice, but when it starts affecting your family, you got to look in the mirror and you got to say, what the hell am I doing? It's great that you love your baby. I mean, I had a little business and it felt like my baby and I've done everything for it. But when it begins to affect your family like that, you got to have a wake-up call. You got to wake up and say, I love my baby because I can make money out of it. And I think, unfortunately, you may have a great salsa, but I don't see a large business or any real business unless you can license it. And you don't need my money to license it. So for that reason, I'm out.
Fair enough.
Salsa Dave, I feel your pain on this story, I got to tell you. But there's nothing proprietary about salsa. I think that's the problem here, so I'm out.
I feel sorry that you've, sacrificed so much because, again, you got to know when to go and when to stop. And if you want to take it to the next level, you don't need our money. You need to go to the Nestle or the Kraft or whoever is going to manufacture it. And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You know, this is not a program to really offer personal advice, but I'm in the ladies' lingerie business. If I was to go home and say to her, I prefer ladies' lingerie to you, the relationship would not last very long. So how you can get so involved with salsa and lose your wife or your family is a disappointment. I have no feeling for this at all. You will, because you're so involved with it. It's just not exciting to me, and for that reason, I'm out.
Fair enough.
To make this work, you need huge volume. You got to sell tons of this.
I
to
think
make
I
it
could.
work. Okay?
All right.
And I'm out, thanks.
So thank you.
Thanks,
I'd like to think there's hope with Mrs. Dave Salsa because she's still eating the stuff. So maybe they can get back together again.
How did you feel about that?
I still feel like the product will be the dominant salsa in Canada.
Were you sorry you brought up that marriage thing?
A little bit, and you know, it's just one of the sacrifices I made for it. I wanted to show them that I have absolute faith in the product. You know, I'm not embarrassed. I still love the product, and I think I'll do well no matter which road I take, but you know, those people offer good advice, and they know better than I.
Next into the den, a trio of pitchers who are convinced their amusement ideas can bloom into major moneymakers. You can probably tell by his outfit that Mark Van Gotham from Waterford, Ontario, is ready to try anything.
I really want to give you my money.
I'm looking for $550,000, and we're willing to offer 33 1/3%.
He's hoping to turn around the fortunes of his struggling family farm by converting it to a countrified amusement park.
And what we're looking to build here is a fun park for family entertainment.
Okay, can I ask you something? Why are you riding a chicken?
It's all about kids. And this is what unique ideas that we've found and we're looking for to entertain the children.
It's a low-end, cheap Wonderland?
Yes, it is cheap family entertainment. We're looking at about $790,000 to build it.
The whole thing?
Yes.
What kind of experience is that going to be? It's going to be like...
We do have some special events that you can pay to do, such as the pumpkin slingshot. There's face painting.
You're a farmer. I don't see how you can change from a farmer to an entertainer, because that's really what you're looking to do. For that reason, I'm out.
It's too small a project for me, so I'm out.
If you had that many acres close to a large population, you'd be building condos on it, and this would be a very interesting presentation. I don't share your vision, I'm out.
Well, thank you very much. Come and visit us.
I might be interested in the parrot.
Well, you can give me a call, and we are going to be selling these.
Okay.
It's a no-go for the adventure farm. Maybe Jennifer Heron from New Westminster, BC, will have better luck.
When I was 7 years old, my sister and I had a playhouse in our backyard, and in that house, we spent hours creating habitats for insects and snails and slugs, and I named them, and I loved it. It was great.
What's the business?
And the Bug Lady. 3 years ago, I opened up the Bug Lab Invertebrate Museum. It's a museum of live insects.
Her big idea is to turn a small bug museum into a much larger and interactive creepy crawly experience. She's looking for $250,000.
I'm willing to part with 20% of my company. Part of the presentation involves...
I knew you were going to do that. You're freaking me out.
You can't be freaked out. They don't bite, they don't sting, they can't hurt. They're harmless. They make the world go round too. They're part of nature.
Can it jump here?
It can't jump, it doesn't fly. It does hiss though. Would you like to?
You know what? Put that on the ground, and I'll get my shoe out, and we'll take care of that guy.
With all due respect, I think it's important to...
That is a huge cockroach.
Cockroaches have a really bad name. There are 10 species in the world that are pests.
Jennifer, I don't think you're the bug lady. I think you're the batty businesswoman. I'm out.
I think it's great that you're going out there and you're teaching the kids. It is a small business, and for that reason, I'll be out.
Okay.
Jennifer, I'm thinking that if you'd come here today and said, I have a way to kill cockroaches, then I'd be interested as an investor. But we're trying to make more of them and keep them happy, which is very foreign to my way of thinking and investing. So for that reason, I'm out.
One more pitch squashed in the den. Still, the dragons are curious enough to leave their thrones en masse.
It's almost...
Good for you.
Scott Parrott from Kingston, Ontario isn't scared of the dragons. He wants $70,000 to develop a life-size mobile haunted house.
Are these where you walk in and there's a strobe light and some hair falls on you and that kind of thing?
The spaghetti and the peeled grapes haunted houses are way past. These are very sophisticated haunted attraction using control systems, pneumatics, and animatronics.
Are they inflatable?
No, these are actually 9-tractor trailers. We add a facade to them.
It looks a bit like Kingston Penitentiary, actually.
No, well, it's there's a lot of penitentiaries in Kingston.
I can't buy a truck for $70,000.
So a majority of the investment will be used for the purchase of the trailers.
So you get the trucks, and then how much you charge to walk a kid through there?
The average price for the Kingston market, which will be our first market, will be $12, including upsell activities. We anticipate an attendance of about 6,000 people.
How many minutes would they be haunted for $12?
Probably anywhere in the neighborhood about 10, 15 minutes.
But the Dragons believe investing in Scott's plan will lead straight to a nightmare scenario.
I give you 70 grand, I can never get it back because no one's ever going to take this thing public, nobody's going to buy it. I don't know how I'd ever get a return on my investment. For that reason, I'm a howling out.
Well, what we do here is I haven't finished my pitch, is
Thank goodness.
We turn around and we take this one attraction and we move it from the Kingston market the next year to the Ottawa market.
It's a trivial business. It's a cash business. I don't know how we're ever going to see the revenue. And I'm not keen on it as a commercial investment. For those reasons, I'm out.
It's not an investment. You need a loan once or twice. It's seasonal, variety of reasons. I'm out.
The Dragon's great, but I'm out.
I'd make more money renting Kevin out for Halloween.
Yeah. Give me $70,000.
Don't be afraid, there's more to come.
What I do is recycle office towers.
Art meets commerce.
Like, it looks wow.
Will a dragon become this glass artist's wealthy patron and partner?
We'll fall in love when we count the money together.
Or shatter his dreams? When we return. Welcome back. Next into the den is Rick Silas. He's an artist from BC who hopes to turn his recycled glass idea into a big business. He's looking for $300,000. And remember, he's asking for the Dragon's own money.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Rick Silas. I'm from Victoria, and my company's name is Celestial Glass. What I do is recycle office towers. People are coming to me and wanting to buy the raw material that I've developed from this recycled glass on a square foot basis. And I've been selling it very successfully now for $100 a square foot for the
Rick,
last
what would you
several
like
years.
from us?
What I need from you is a $300,000 investment for 25% ownership of the company. And that includes rights to my US patent, which is free and clear right now, and my Canadian patent pending on my cold bending formula for bending glass.
Rick's patented a process for bending recycled glass. Now he uses it to make sculptures. But Rick wants to scale it way up, make glass building products sold by the square foot, like wall coverings and glass panels.
So if I'm designing a high-end home, I'm an architect, and I want to have a bent glass shower, you're the only guy I can go to, and that's patented technology?
Patent technology, and I can bend it without heat, and the finished product can be cut with a skill saw. It's pure glass.
Very interesting, Rick, baby.
Wow.
This is
and
interesting.
I've got 20 years of history.
Like, it looks wow. Like, it looks interesting. Like, I want a piece.
I've always been inventing for clients. Look at this. This is, show you the coating. That's drywall.
Wow.
This is cuttable. This can be scored, snapped, and installed.
That's incredible.
And I can coat anything, steel, wood, you name it.
So Rick, what happens if you get run over by a bus? Who else knows how to do this?
That's why I'm here today.
To get run over by a bus?
I'm getting, no. The big reason I'm here today is guidance. I'm an inventor, I'm a sculptor. I have certain strengths. And one saying I've coined a while ago is that it takes a strong man to know his weaknesses. I know my weaknesses. You guys have guidance. That's what I need.
Do you want to be rich?
I guess I do now. Up until now, I never have. I have a family now. Things have changed. I want to take it to licensing as fast as possible. I have to get into a factory and get it out of the one-ofs into the multiples.
Isn't this a process that can be leveraged by a large
It can
manufacturer?
actually be produced by machines.
Tell me why you need $300,000 for 25% of the business.
Maybe you can spend $300,000 and buy the rights.
No, I've been offered that and I've turned it down. Like to buy the patent.
Well, I think that's where I'm going, Rick. I'm saying,
if the price is right, you could. $300,000 won't do it.
I don't want to build the factories.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay you $300,000, but I want the rights to the product. I'll pay you a royalty for it, But I'll go and make a commercial product out of this and license it to other people.
I guess it would depend on the numbers, the royalties, the agreements.
A royalty stream would give Rick regular payments based on sales of his glass products.
To sell the patent outright, we'd be looking at a sizable amount of money.
400,000?
10 million.
Chihuahua, caramba. 10
go.
million.
You
Wow.
Like, you asked.
Now we're talking, guys. Now we're talking. Now we got a deal here. Let's get the real numbers then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to happen.
No, not here today.
I think
Rick Silas had 3 dragons come together in a $300,000 deal for his recycled glass business. Until...
But it does travel well.
Well, no, what happened here is I threw it on the airline luggage basically in bags. It got smashed to pieces. What you see here, I basically went to Canadian Tire last night, bought a grinder, took all the broken parts, made this, brought it in this morning.
I'm a bat flying around eating bugs, okay? And I just heard something I didn't like.
The more you talk, no disrespect, the more you talk, the less interested I get.
Yeah.
Your whole story about the broken piece and you at Canadian Tire, that's admirable.
Yeah.
And I think you have a real passion for it. But again, I'm just, you know what, I'm out. I'm starting to get real doubts that there's a large business here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So your work isn't done here yet.
Well, I stepped up, and I'll but for 100,000.
But we're getting all the patents in Nuco.
I agree. The problem is between us now, we have 200,000 up against a request for 300,000.
And that's a challenge.
And if that request isn't met, there's no
Well, I
deal
think
done.
Jennifer's out, I'm out. Jim?
Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Yeah, it
It's
is
really
fascinating.
I think that I'm in. I'll go along with that program. If all the stuff is in, we'll put the deal together.
Okay, let's be clear what's being offered. It is a 300,000 investment with a 7.5% royalty being streamed back. Is this what we all understand?
For 100% ownership of all the patents.
All the properties.
Yeah. That's the deal.
I'm in.
All right, we got a deal.
Got a deal.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
My pleasure. Been looking forward to this.
All right.
Thank you.
Either that's going to zero or it's going to be a big
Jim,
success.
you guys just spent $300,000 for a really cool window.
That almost got away from you.
Yeah, pretty close.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Very excited. Like I said, it's more about, again, the money's nice, but I need the help that these people can give me.
But you gave up a lot more than what you thought you were going to when you came in here.
Not really. I don't think so.
Well, from 10 million, you got 300,000.
Well, no, but again, it was, again, that would sell the patent outright. If this goes down, the royalties, the 10 million will be in place within 5 years.
Wow. That must feel good.
It does. This was fun.
Kevin's a bit prickly. How do you like having him for a partner now?
When business starts.
So who are our dragons in the den? Robert Herjavec's family came to Canada with plenty dollars. Today, he owns a 50,000 square foot mansion. Robert hit it big when he sold his first computer company for $100 million. His second went for $200 million. And there's no stopping this dragon. Now company number 3 is taking off. Jim Treliving used to bust bad guys as an RCMP officer. Now he's the most wanted man in the restaurant business. He built Boston Pizza into a national force with a take of $500 million a year. These days he's into real estate, oil, sports teams, and just bought into Mr. Lube. No wonder he's building one of the most expensive condos in Vancouver. Jennifer Wood ranks as one of the top entrepreneurs on the booming Alberta frontier. She started out piloting bush planes in the north. Now she owns $20 million worth of cattle, a 6,500-acre ranch, and a hot tech company that's driving an old-style industry into cyberspace. Jennifer balances the simple life with sophisticated business savvy. Kevin O'Leary is known as Bay Street's worst nightmare. He's got his own TV show where he breathes fire on bad investments and holds forth on how to get rich. And Kevin should know, he sold his startup computer company for $3.5 billion. He's brash, opinionated, rich, and getting richer. Now he's buying up new businesses and hunting for more. Lawrence Lewin has the life most entrepreneurs can only dream of. Models, lace, lingerie. He's shaped them all into one of the nation's most successful retail empires. This British-born chap collects rare and exotic vehicles. And why not? The company he co-founded, Licenza, took in $410 million last year. First to face the Dragons is David York. He's a baseball umpire looking to strike a deal for $200,000. Now, the #1 rule in the den is you have to get at least what you ask for, or you'll walk away empty-handed.
Hello, Dragons. My name is David York, and I'm from Umpires TV. I'm an umpire, and I'm looking for $200,000 of a $2 million project. and I'm offering you 10% today.
Sorry, Dave, were you looking for $2 million or
$200,000 of a $2 million project. And I'm going to tell you what that project
You
is.
emphasized the word today, implying
Today.
something was going to happen tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Something is going to happen tomorrow, and I'd be delighted to tell you all about it, but let me give you my pitch, and then you can ask me, okay? I'm not being standoffish, I'm not being arrogant, and I'm not suggesting that you only have till today. But something is going to happen tomorrow, and I want some of that cash. Okay.
I hold on to that really well.
Just a minute.
So I'm a really tough guy when it comes to this stuff, David.
I grab very well, okay?
You try and grab very well. Trust me.
Right. My correction.
I'm really good at that.
And so am I.
Okay.
Okay. So
I just want to get it
with
square.
no further ado, let me tell you what Umpires TV is. Umpires TV has been in development for 2 years. It's in front of Major League Baseball, and as of May 10th, we have been given a provisional license for creating the rules of Major League Baseball on a DVD, and we've been given provisional approval, as I say, of May 10th. Now, what is this? There's 700 rules of Major League Baseball. Yes, some of them are repeated. And this is a video demonstration of what those rules are. What are those rules? So you think you play baseball. Now, anybody could come up with an idea like this. Our agent pitched Major League Baseball in December of '04. It took us next to 4 months to get a meeting with Major League Baseball, and we did. And you know what? They liked it. Not only did they like it, they said, it's good for baseball. It's good for baseball.
But is it good for investment, David? That's
Absolutely.
my problem. Why do I care about the rules of baseball?
Good question, Mr. Herzovich, right?
Robert.
Robert, David, how many umpires are there in the United States? Take a guess, a good guess. There's 68 Major League Baseball.
23.
David, who cares about that
Yeah, who
when you
cares,
come to
David?
investment? I like the word that who cares.
But if you're an
hold on a
umpire,
second.
David, don't you know the rules? Isn't that the why you're an umpire?
So you think you know the game. Let me get to my pitch here. You think you know the game, okay? It's my pitch. You can ask whatever you want, but it's my pitch. 43 million people play baseball in the United States, and it's played in 112 countries, and there are going to be 10 million people playing baseball in China.
Who cares? But who cares?
Okay, you're right. Who cares? Because you think you know the rules. You're sitting down and
No,
you're
we
watching
don't know the
ball
rules.
game.
I don't want to know the rules.
Right.
I want to know the investment.
If I did care about the rules of baseball, I would go to the internet and get them all for free.
But would you know what they mean?
You're killing me. How can I possibly make any money? And why is it worth $2 million?
Because I can sell 5 million downloads at $29.95.
Now you're smoking crack.
No.
I'm serious.
No
There's
way.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why that doesn't work. All that information on the same internet that you want to download on is
Right.
for free.
No.
Right beside your $29.95 download. It's
No.
all free.
It isn't free. You'll get the rule. You get the rule. You want to see the book? Will that tell you what the rule
so
means?
I get the rule for free on the internet.
Listen, guys, I know you want to challenge me
So why would I pay $29.95?
because you're interested in seeing, gee, you know, last
he's
last
not
year
interested.
at the World Series, last year an umpire made a call like that. Did you see the World Series last year?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, did you know what the rule meant?
Who cares?
You cared because
But David, he doesn't care. There's an umpire
What
on
happens
the
if somebody
field.
says that to me? What does that mean?
Sorry, Mr.
You just
Mr.
said
Yes.
somebody did that. What does it mean?
It means he's out.
Exactly.
He means
We
he's out.
have.
Listen, guys.
David, listen. We have to discuss this. I don't know very much about baseball, but that's okay. There's a real disconnect here. 4 million umpires in the United States in a country of 300 million people. I find that impossible to believe. I really do.
Okay.
I don't know where I'll ever find a list that says 4 million umpires.
On
What you're
Referees
doing
Magazine.
is publishing a DVD
Yes.
and a book. And people who publish DVDs and books just don't get $200,000 investment unless you're Stephen King. The economics don't make any sense. I am convinced. I've never done it, but I could key in under a search engine rules
Listen,
of baseball. No, let me
with-
finish.
no,
David,
it's my pitch, and
David,
so I gotta tell you.
David, I told you it's my den.
Yeah.
It's your pitch, my den. It doesn't interest me.
Are you interested in baseball?
You're not. You've lost focus here.
No.
It doesn't interest me. I'm out.
That's a wingnut idea. It's not going to work, and I'm out.
So you've done nothing but argue with the dragons
You know
in our
what?
den?
It's your pitch.
No, it's your
No,
pitch. It's our den.
I've made my
I'm
pitch.
out.
Now your pitch. Thank you very much. I
Dave,
appreciate your
stop
time.
the madness. Don't do this. It's a really bad idea. Do you know why? Nobody's going to pay anything for this.
You asked me for tomorrow, okay? If you guys are going to let
We're
me...
ready. Hit us with the good
Okay,
news.
the Bank of America.
Yeah?
The baseball bank. The Bank of America, Major League Baseball, Minor League Baseball, and Little League Baseball. They're the official sponsors.
Who cares?
And now we're talking to them. We're talking to them about video boards.
And I'm talking to you, and I'm telling you it's going to zero.
Gentlemen
You know
and
why?
lady,
Because
thank you very much. I
nobody's
appreciate
gonna
your
pay.
time.
Thank you for
You're so
coming,
wrong.
David.
You're so wrong. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you.
the
Goodbye.
time. Goodbye.
Oh, I think I'm going to hide my money.
You're outraged.
You know what? I'm not surprised. I got $100,000 of my money in it. Do I want to talk to these Canadian jerk-offs? Yeah, that's exactly what they are. And if it makes good television, screw them. I'm going to get my deal done.
What made you so angry?
Because they're asking me the wrong questions. Typical Canadian questions. Who's going to buy it? Rather than looking at the market potential.
But isn't the market potential all about who's
Did they
gonna buy
ask
it?
me about market potential? These guys, they just had no clue what they were doing. None.
Now, these guys have made a lot of money. in
They
their
have.
lives.
Absolutely. They
So,
have.
they have invested in a number of things.
Good luck to them.
Why didn't they see yours, do you think?
I don't know. I couldn't. You'd have to ask them.
Up next,
You have a vending machine.
Yes.
have these business school grads come up with a lucrative new way to sell water?
You guys are crazy chickens, you know that?
A lot of brilliant business ideas come out of MBA programs, and recent grads Matt Dober and Chris Grout think they have the next one. They're looking for $250,000.
Hello, Dragons.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Matt Dober. I'm 29 years old, and I'm from Calgary. I'm a lawyer, and I've also got an MBA in Finance and Venture Development from the University of Calgary. And about 18 months ago, I left my career as a lawyer with a national law firm to pursue this business opportunity that we're presenting today.
Hello, Dragons. My name is Chris Grout. I hold a Bachelor of Science from the University of British Columbia, and I also have an MBA in Marketing and Strategy from the University of Calgary. 18 months ago, I left a promising career with the National Railway Company to also pursue this venture. We are here today seeking $250,000 of seed capital, for which we are prepared to give up 25% of our company.
The business opportunity that we're presenting today is a water vending machine that distributes cold, purified water to the consumer at the point of sale.
We have chosen to call this machine Fulfill.
Their big idea, a vending machine that purifies and then sells you good old tap water.
You have a vending machine.
Yes.
Gosh, you know, I'm thinking, did you guys graduate? You have a vending machine. You're going to put next to another vending machine.
Yes.
You're going to sell water, which I've never heard of, with no brand attachment, next
Bring
to
your
a
own
vending
bottle.
machine,
you
which
have to
also
bring your own
sells bottled
bottle.
water.
Yes.
I think you've got an idea here.
No, it's not an idea. It's a bad idea.
Well,
Is this a bad idea?
no, it isn't a bad idea. I think it's a good idea.
Or have the MBAs come up with an ingenious plan to make money from a glorified water fountain?
Listen, let's be fair to you guys. What's the economic model here? How much is the machine going to cost? Does somebody buy it from you and operate it in their facility? Are you going to lease it to them? Are you putting it there and giving them a percentage?
Yeah, that's
let's
exactly
be fair. Let's be fair. Let's understand the business.
Sure.
And
Yes.
the other thing is, what are you using the 250 for?
Yes, it's primarily for research and development, and then to run a test to prove our consumption numbers. So back to your question, yes, it operates much like a vending machine would. You share profits with either a student union at a university.
Listen, I want to hear the rest of it. How much does the machine cost?
$5,000
$5,000.
$5,000
Plug
per
it
unit.
into the wall to get water out of the tap.
out of the domestic
You need a
side.
plumber.
You guys
Yes.
are crazy chickens. You know that? You are a couple of crazy chickens. How many dollars of your own dough have you put into this?
Well, we're anticipating about $100,000 by the
But
time
how
we
much
get
have
there.
you put in of your family's money?
In terms of the actual cash outflow, it's been in the $20,000-$25,000 range.
So there's no real damage
So
done
you
yet.
haven't built anything yet?
No,
You haven't.
we've engaged our engineering team, and we've got our
you
sort
haven't
of
built it?
It's just
budgets.
the idea.
No, we haven't built it.
There is hope. You turn around, you go back and get jobs and stop this insanity.
I think all of you are somewhat discounting. There is certainly risk associated with this venture. No doubt about it. It's early stage. It's high risk.
What do you think you could make off one of these machines in a year? What kind of return on your investment? If it cost you $5,000 to make it, what would
You're
you?
probably looking at, and this was our test phase year. We're looking at obviously a growth model where consumption patterns would increase as people accepted the technology and
Blah,
became
blah,
this-
blah, blah, blah.
We're looking
How much
at
money
about
would you make off one
$3,000
machine?
off a
Okay,
machine.
now
in
here's
our
the
first
killer
year.
question.
How much?
$3,000.
There's nothing proprietary about filtering water. If this
Yep.
worked, why wouldn't Coca-Cola crush you like a couple of cockroaches?
It's very possible that they could. It's
No
very possible that we
kidding.
could gain enough market share where we
You don't
actually
have
get an
distribution.
interest
You
from these
would
people.
get more money writing the book about how Coca-Cola tried to kill you than bothering to market that machine.
That's possible.
Gentlemen, I
Be a
have to
good
tell you that you can go and buy a domestic refrigerator for $800 that dispenses filtered water. You have also got the disadvantage that wherever Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola machines are, they're not reliant on external water sources. This machine is someone's going to have to plumb it in.
Correct, and that's
I
what drives the
find
cost
with
up to $2 per
due
bottle.
respect, nothing of redemption in the idea at all. And for that reason, you can certainly count me out.
I gotta tell you, honestly, this is an awful idea. You should call your old firm back and see if you can get your job back. You gotta make money out of it. This is just a disaster. I just don't see anything here that I would encourage you to keep going. I would say stop right now.
Okay.
I just don't see any business in it whatsoever. I'm out.
Okay.
Guys, you walked in, you told us you were a couple of MBAs. I was waiting for the big idea. You turned it over. I nearly wept like a baby. It was brutal. I'm out. I'm just so stunned I forgot to say it.
Okay.
Jim is the MBA's last hope.
Mark and Chris, I'm in the restaurant business, and we sell a lot of water that comes out of the tap,
Right.
and we give it away. I'm telling you, don't waste your time and raising a whole bunch of capital because of that.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay. Take care.
These guys gave up their jobs.
Yeah, and
Like
what have
real
they been doing
jobs.
for 18 months?
A consumer at a university having the option to fill their personal water bottle for a fraction of the cost of what they're now paying multinational corporations to do. It would be a no-brainer.
Do you think they were too hard on you?
I don't think so. I'm really surprised at the closed-mindedness and their inability to take a look at a market that wasn't them.
So far tonight, no one has left the den with a deal. Will this next entrepreneur succeed where all the others have failed? Diane Padwin from London, Ontario is seeking $250,000. That'll buy 20% of her line of all-natural first aid products called One.
The product is more effective than anything out there as far as healing, so it's safe, natural healing.
Why would I use it rather than polysporine, for example?
Well, polysporin is 50-year-old technology, first of all, and we've got a variety of other types of bacteria that are out there today. This product is a natural alternative for people who are looking at labels and reading ingredients and want not toxic ingredients. This is the product they would use. Currently, we're sold in Walmart, Loblaws, PharmaPlus, natural stores, baby stores across Canada.
So how do you distribute this product throughout?
There's no question that we need larger distribution, and that's why I'm here today. We need to increase the level of revenues. We need to get to the next step.
The Dragons seem impressed that Diane already has an established business.
All that stuff you're saying, I'm buying.
Right.
I mean, I think it's phenomenal that you've gotten to this point so far.
But soon, Kevin zeroes in on some murky figures.
98 to now, what are the sales of this product?
The sales are under $1 million.
But what does that mean? Is it 200,000?
Right now,
Right, come out
for
with the
this-
numbers,
okay,
please.
For this year, we're going to be about 500,000 in sales.
You just kind of hit a crossroad with me. I hate people who fudge numbers and make things gray. It's one thing to say I'm under $1 million, because I'm thinking you're 800,000.
Okay.
Diane has committed a fatal mistake in the Dragon's Den.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay.
The damage is done, and the Dragon's initial interest is all but gone.
I'll leave it at that.
4 of the Dragons are out, and only Jennifer remains.
I have to say, I'm out.
Diane's business showed a lot of promise, but her misleading figures infected her deal and ultimately killed it.
She fooled us here today. I wrote down when she said just under $1 million. And she said 500,000. What else is wrong?
I'm just wondering why you didn't come right out from the beginning and say
Well, I
half a
guess
million.
at the beginning when we were talking about everything, you know, I guess I wanted to try to get in some other things about the company and then get into the financials. But obviously, they're interested in financials, and I should have come out with her anyway.
Still to come.
How much is the bikini? How much is the weenie?
Do the Dragons have an appetite for this new hot dog business?
I'm a numbers man. I just want to understand the cost.
It's 38, 22, 34.
Until recently, I had one of those carts. It even had upper cabinets.
That's what you do at night.
It's my part-time job.
Welcome back to Dragon's Den. So far tonight, the Dragons have been breathing fire rather than investing money. But can 32-year-old Amber Christensen change that? She's a small-town Ontario entrepreneur who's looking for $100,000. And remember, it's the Dragons' own money she's asking for.
Hello, Dragons. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. My name is Amber Christensen. I'm from Chatham, and my business is Bikini Weenie. It's a hot dog and sausage vending cart, and I'm asking for $100,000. This is why...
What do we get for the 100,000?
You get 10% of my net.
So you have $1 million business.
I have $1 million business.
Give her a chance.
Give her a chance.
Okay.
I'll tell you why right now. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely.
All right. Me and my fiance were coming out of the bar one night, and we saw a huge lineup, this hot dog vendor, right? And we're like, oh my God, you know, he must do a good business. And then every once in a while, we were coming out of stores, and we were always seeing all these hot dog vendors, and we were like, how much money could they possibly do, right? And we were doing the math. It sounds like a great job. And then I'm like, well, let's do a twist on it. It's hot summer days, you know? So then we thought, a bikini, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, what would the name be? And then I thought of Bikini Weenie, and I started the business about 6 months later, and it's been incredible. You wouldn't believe.
How much volume of business?
I believe.
How much volume of business have you done? How much sales have you done in 3 months?
I average 300 a day.
7 days a week or weekends?
5 days a week. And
1,500 a week?
5 days a week I am there, and then my fiance does it on the weekends. So we're averaging...
Do your sales drop off when he's doing it?
Yes.
Is he wearing the same bikini?
No. I tried to get him into Speedos, but he...
So are you wearing the outfit today that you would normally have when you have the Bikini Weenie machine out?
Yes. I've got a T-shirt made up, but...
For
I
those
haven't got-
colder days. But I just want to know how much you pay somebody to stand by the Bikini Weenie.
Okay.
And you're asking this because you see this as a multi-million-dollar legitimate
I'm
corporation.
a numbers man. I'm a numbers man. I just want to understand the cost.
It's 38, 22, 34.
I'll tell you the numbers.
Yeah, tell me the numbers.
Okay. First of all, I'd like a few carts, and the girls would get a base pay, plus they'd get a premium for the sausages that they sold.
I see you come down the street, you put on that bikini, you're going to sell a ton of hot dogs. The next day, I get another Amber, just as good looking, and I put a bikini on her. What's the difference between Bikini Weenie on one corner and Hot Dog Hottie on the other corner? What's the difference?
The difference is personality, too, in the girls.
You have a hot dog stand. It's no different than a hot dog stand, except the fact that you're selling it in a bikini. I don't see a differentiator. I'm out.
It's great to wear that outfit that you've got on, and it's a fun thing, and the name's fun. When it's about 10 below in Chatham, or 8 below, or 0, I'm telling you, you're not going to be wearing this, and now you're going to know how many weenies you're going to sell under the bikini name. I'm out.
I admire you for coming out here and pitching it. I love the name. It's catchy as can be. But there will be a Hot Dog Hottie. Because
I'm going to cut you in, Kevin.
As soon as you leave, my fellow dragon's going to start that business. That's the problem. But I have definitely, I'm out.
I hate to admit this, but until recently, I had one of those carts. It even had upper cabinets.
That's what you do at night.
It's my part-time job. I wish you luck. Enjoy it. But I'm out.
Are you a business person? Do you consider yourself a business person?
I'm learning, yes.
So you're halfway there, you think?
I don't think I'm halfway there, but I'm going to be.
But you're getting there. Let me give you one piece of advice as a businesswoman. If you're in business and you're looking for business people to invest in you, be professional. If you want sex to sell your product, bring a model. If you want to be taken seriously, then you have to act seriously. So I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Do you think they were sort of mean to you?
Mm-hmm. Especially that model thing. It's like, come on.
Getting kind of upset about it?
No, it's just like, I don't even know why. It's no big deal. There's the hot dog king in Florida, and he does really well. Let's just say that. So I've checked on the internet, and I know this could fly. I can see calendars. I can see the Hooters of hot dogs.
Next up, the Auger brothers, Paul and Guy. They're looking for $350,000 for their invention.
We're here with the Snow Limo.
The Snow Limo chauffeurs non-skiers down the slopes.
From our research, there's about 15 to 25% of snow destination resort visits that are non-skiers or snowboarders. So you can imagine the grandmother that's traveling with the family that doesn't ski that can now join the family on the hill with the rest of them. We really designed this.
Who drives the ski limo?
Chauffeurs drive them.
Paul, you're going to kill my grandmother in that thing.
I will not. This is not a snow Porsche or a snow Hummer. It's a snow limo. It's made for a nice, slow, casual sightseeing tour down the mountain.
I see coming down the hill, but how do you get up the hill?
We use the chairlift, and if you permit me to demonstrate, when we come to turn, we would heel left. We follow through with articulation, brings the skis up onto their side cuts, carves a perfect turn for us.
I'd get in that thing.
Would you get in it once as a novelty?
I don't know. I think it's just...
We have experienced it. We've had over 1,200 tours go out this season, and we've had people that have come back time after time during their week of skiing.
Or do you stay on the outside?
No, the feet go right in.
Yep.
Now it's scary. It looks like a body bag, Jim. I don't like this whole...
Which way do you want to go first?
Doesn't matter.
Go right.
You name it. Oh, it's like almost like a motorcycle.
The last time I saw a piece of equipment like that, I think, was in Silence of the Lambs.
I'm struggling with...
The Dragons soon sniff out a real problem.
Why wouldn't you have applied for a patent?
We really didn't have the funds to do it.
It's $20,000.
Guys, trust me. Patent it, even if it's impending. That takes off a lot of the wolves right there. And
Once we've received the $350,000 from you guys, the first thing that we're going to do tomorrow morning is...
With no patent, there can be no deal.
I like something that everybody wants, and this isn't that.
Other people will come out with other devices, other designs that will do the same job. And for all of those reasons, I regret I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm going to be out.
I'm out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You both seem very discouraged right now. What are your thoughts?
We've disappointed.
Been working on this for 4 years. We did this full-time in June. We left everything. We've sunk a lot of money into this.
We're going to look at it more. but we're still going to pursue the international opportunities that are there. And they'll be looking at us in 3 or 4 years saying, geez, I wish I had gotten in on that.
My name's Chris Nguyen.
Still to come.
Hermes ties?
No, Tuxedo Royale.
These young web entrepreneurs are a vision in orange, but can they get the Dragons to give up some green?
This is my favorite deal so far.
Or will greed get the best of them?
If I know what I know now, I probably would have asked for more money.
Everybody says that.
Absolutely.
So you want to be the dragon.
Welcome back. Here in the Den, the Dragons are always on the lookout for a business they can blow up into something huge. Have Chris Nguyen and Li Lu got one for them? They want $200,000. But remember, the rules dictate they have to get at least that, or they get nothing at all.
Hello, Dragons.
Hello.
Hi. My name's Chris Nguyen. And I'm Li Lu. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. Our company is called JobLoft.com, and we're looking to raise $200,000 and give up 15% of our company.
Hermes ties?
No, Tuxedo Royale.
Okay.
Very nice. It's a startup, Kevin.
All right. So it's 200,000.
Yes.
For how much?
15%.
15%, okay.
We're 4 recent Ryerson graduates, all specializing in information technology management. Our experience ranging from Google to TTC to Microsoft to BMW. And our website is jobloft.com. It's a new and innovative job site that specializes in the high turnover retail, food services, and hospitality.
Chris and Lee are aiming their new website straight at some of Canada's largest employers. In retail, restaurants, hotels, where they need to hire 1.5 million people a year.
So I guess 2 of the Dragons can relate closely within our industries. What makes us different? Simply go on jobloft.com, you enter your postal code, and using Google Maps technology, a map comes up and says, you know what, Lawrence, this is where you live. These are the jobs near your house, and it'll pinpoint it with a flag. It'll calculate the distance between your postal code and the actual job application.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Good idea.
Very cool.
And also, you can find out how to apply, whether you print out an application at home, fill it out, or you go apply online, making everything more efficient and effective for employers and also job seekers. It's meant for the new generation of job seekers. We took it a step further with cell phones. It's revolutionized the whole cell phone industry, text messaging actually. So if I want to work for Boston Pizza and they're not currently hiring, I can say, notify me through my cell phone when Boston Pizza is hiring. So when someone does hire for a management position,
I'm very interested.
I get a message. We have over 30 clients, including industry leaders like Best Buy, Care Operations, Harry Rosen's. What's nice is these companies saw the value that we provided and gave our site a try. There's no other website right now that has the features that we had. And what's nice is that we could roll out into any other languages, localization. So whether it's Chinese we want to do in a couple of weeks or another country if you want to target market, it's quick to roll out.
But that costs money too to change
Exactly.
the
Yes.
languages and everything.
To be honest,
Actually, it doesn't cost that much to change the languages.
And
We
the money
built a lot of it with localization in mind. Obviously, being Canada, being an English-French country, we built with all this obviously, our site currently is in English, but it's not very hard for us to change it to French.
Well, unless you know the other languages.
Yes, exactly.
Tell us about the business. I mean, I buy the idea. Fantastic. I know how much I pay per Monster. I pay a flat fee. I don't pay very much money, so for them, it's very much a volume business. I think I pay like $300 per job. Yeah, right. So these are low-cost jobs. How much do you charge, and how much are you getting from these companies?
So for every big company, we'll charge $5.99. What's included with that is unlimited job postings. A website's only as good as how many jobs are out there. So they come on JobLoft. Wow, there's a lot of jobs. That has value for myself as a job seeker.
I'm only going to make $5.99 from Best Buy per month. That's the most I can ever make from them.
Do you know what Jim is spending today on hiring people?
I can imagine. A lot of money.
He won't tell you. I will. Thousands and thousands of dollars. And then when one walks out after 2 months of training, it costs another $1,000 worth of lost opportunity. You got to be charging more. This $5.99 is a mistake, guys.
Have the guys spoiled the deal by setting the price too low?
You've made a fundamental error. I think it's a great idea.
You got to be kidding.
Let's forget the numbers here as far as what do you charge, because we can always change that if we own part of the company. I really intrigued with the idea that the cell phone, the text messages, whether it's an hourly worker or a monthly worker, the closest thing they got to they're not going on a website, maybe they don't even have a computer at home, but they do have a cell phone. So I think that's what's really intriguing to me.
Lee, this is a first mover advantage product. What I mean by that is, today, you're the only one that has this idea. I love it. I love the text messaging aspect of it also, just like Jim. But you have to get out there. The first one to do this on a larger scale is going to win the game.
Absolutely.
The second guy is going to be dead by the side of the road.
The Dragons think the Job Loft isn't charging enough, but there's still some interest in the guys with the orange ties.
Let me get the ball rolling here. Now you're going to learn why I'm known as Mr. Wonderful in the venture community. And to show you I'm not a pig, I'm going to offer you $50,000 for 12.5% of your business. That's where we're going to start the bidding.
You've got a great idea. You've sold some people virally, but you don't know any of the costs associated with it. It's a first round. I mean, it's very early because you could go to nothing on it. So, I mean, I'll go along with the deal that Kevin offered you. I'll give you $50,000 for 12.5% also.
I'll do the same.
We need another dragon here.
Lawrence, retail, biggest lingerie and women's apparel company.
If these guys are going in for that, I'll join them. And I'm doing it on an act of faith because I like you guys.
There's a $200,000 offer on the table. But for that, the Dragons want to take half of the company.
You want to consult with partners, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, listen, you go ahead and do that, but you know, you only have a couple of minutes, and then the deal vaporizes.
Absolutely.
All right?
Go ahead, we'll wait for you.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Jim, I'm taking their price, and I'm bumping it up to $3,500, maybe $10,000 for a large corporation. This is a great product. It's a good market. You got to fix up the website. It could go to zero. Highly unlikely, though.
But by the way, if it's not 50, I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Two more partners are waiting at the back of the den.
$200,000? $200,000 for
50%.
50%. It's a big pill to swallow. The contacts are valuable. Very valuable.
Absolutely.
Their industry experience is valuable. Yes.
Would you like a counter offer?
Too much on a counter offer. 30?
30 is probably
30?
Let's go for 30.
The Job Loft team comes up with a counter offer. They only want to give up 30%.
Let's go for 30.
Let's try 30. Sure, guys.
Okay.
We get home. All right.
All right.
How will the Dragons react? Find out after the break. Before the break,
Congratulations, you've just raised $200,000.
two young guys with a new job search website got the money they asked for.
50% of the business.
But the Dragons want to take half of their company.
30?
The Job Loft partners only want to give up 30%. Can they strike a deal?
I'm seeing quadruple now. First I saw twins, now it's...
Part of the element of the deal for me would be, if we did a deal, you have to change the ties. I don't like the ties.
No, I want the ties.
So guys, why don't you introduce your partners?
This is Sunny Mocha, who helps me with sales and marketing. And this is Andy Lai, who's the brains behind Job Loft, the innovation factor with Liu as well.
Okay, so we're talking to the owners here. All right, let's hear it.
First of all, I guess if I know what I know now, I probably would have asked for more money. But,
Everybody says that.
Absolutely. So what we're prepared to counteroffer is $200,000 for 30%. So equal share of 7.5.
So you want to be the dragon.
We think you guys have a wonderful idea. You need tremendous mentoring. And what you're missing here is, between the four of us, we have a tremendous opportunity to accelerate this business because of the businesses we already own.
Absolutely.
And I don't think you're giving us enough credit for that. It would be a huge mistake to let the dark forces of greed cloud your minds now.
Yeah,
Because if
leave
we
that
don't
to
get
Kevin. He's
50%,
the Dark Forces
If
agreement.
we don't get 50%, we ain't doing this deal. So start thinking. You want to go back into the darkness?
Okay.
And remember what I said. Accelerators from both ends, from the equity underneath, but the power of the companies we own already to put into your business.
Chris, when I was your age, there were 50 guys like me with a dream. 49 of them are working at an IBM or an Oracle developing software, and they're going to churn out and be 40 or 50 years old one day and be employees. And they're going to look back on their career and they're going to say, I could have, I should have. So this is either going to be a shoulda day for you, or it's going to be a first.